Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Boomhire01 and Shadow Grim here again. Giggity Racing League Xfinity Series Round 2. About to come to you live from Kansas Motor Speedway. We just finished up our first race with Kay Larson sweeping everything that could be swept at the Roval. Taking the pole, taking both stages, and coming out on top in victory lane. Quick update for y'all. Our second place runner and our points leader, Marcus, will not be running in this race. So maybe that gives Larson, Little Man, Flo, Maddie, somebody, them underdogs down in there. Maybe it gives them a chance to get some stage points, get some playoff points, and hold their position as we head to the last race of this round. Again, with the points, I know for a fact that Larson is now in second behind Marcus. Little Man has dropped third. If I'm not mistaken, Flo, Maddie have stayed in fourth and fifth. With Baker Bones not making it, I'm pretty sure he is eliminated. And with Eternal lagging out, I think that eliminates him as well. I think. I'll have to get confirmation on that. Marcus having a, let's see here, 48-point lead going into round one, or going into race one this round. With him finishing second last race, plus the stage finishes, I'm pretty sure he has secured his spot into the next round. All but safe to say there. But they've started their qualifying, so hopefully we'll get this thing started soon and have some more great racing. As you know, this track's just a little bit different than the Roval. It's D-shaped. It's a D-shaped oval, mile and a half. You gotta be careful with this track. There's seams through the corners. As you know, there's two dotted lines, one on the high side, one on the low side, at least I think 3 or 4 times through both sets of corners. A lot of times if you try to get that car below that dotted line, you can get too loose. Of course, the problem with being above that line, you're running that Kyle Larson line, you can easily catch the wall. And it's very, very difficult to stay in between those two lines as well with those seams. You can break loose on a split second. It's almost like Iowa. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers handle this track tonight. All right, Shadow, who's your pick?
Honestly, I don't know. This is going to be a wild card race, honestly, because anybody can win with the draft here.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna go from the Ford camp, and I feel like it's gonna happen. I'm gonna pull Matty.
Oh, I was practicing with Matty earlier, so he was doing his best to get his car dialed in. I do have to say though, it was hard trying to judge because the leaderboards were running 31 flats, and I'm pretty sure those were custom setups. So it's kind of hard to judge, how good Matty's car was running. But I guess we're going to find out here in just a second. Alright, why don't you take it over, Graham? Explain what you think is going to happen. How you think this race is going to be a little bit different than than the last race? What do you think we're going to see? We're going to see different styles, or what do you think is going to happen?
I see, in my opinion, I see we're going to see fuel strategy tonight because of being uh, yeah, quarter-mile racetrack. It's going to be more importantly a fuel style race because if you get green flag runs going on, we're not going to need any cautions. So they're going to have to justify how they're going to be able to either save fuel. This could be literally a saver fuel race or go for broke race. Because if you can time it right, it'll work.
Oh yeah, definitely. Also, I think tires is also going to be a big deal here when it comes to saving that fuel as well. Because if your tires are junk at the end of the run, everybody's on fresh tires. They can easily try to run you back down. But with you, I like what you said with the whole fuel strategy. I think that is going to be a big part. And if that's going to be the case, I'm gonna have to pick somebody not in the Ford gang when it comes to fuel strategy. There's two drivers, neither one of them's in the Ford gang, that know how to save fuel. One of them did it last week, a couple weeks ago at Darlington, and that would be Little Man. Saved 5 laps of fuel on the last fuel run to bring home that checkered flag. So he knows how to do it. And also, we know for a fact, because we've seen him do it as well, Creed. He is a mastermind at saving fuel. So if anybody can do it tonight, if it does come down to fuel strategy, if it is green flag runs, then I would definitely have to keep my eyes open on those two. They've done it before, and I'm pretty sure they're just as eager to do it again. Because especially in Creed's position, if he gets a win tonight, that thrusts him in front of Maddie and Flo, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look at these points again right quick. No, Creed is not running for points. My apologies. So he's go for broke tonight. He has nothing to lose. Yep, Flo is in 4th with 5 points. My apologies. But regardless, it's going to be good. Oh, sorry, I had to laugh at something right quick. Alright, qualifying is over. Looks like Flo got pole. Alright. We got Maddie sitting 2nd. Larson sitting 3rd. Alright, did you get your invite there, Graham?
Yes, I did.
Alrighty, let's get live to the track. Alright, so looks like we had some fast forwards.
Wait, they're backing out.
Yes, they are. Alright, well, let's see here. Quick go over the rundown of the entrance again, the starting order here. Excuse me. Once again, we got go with the Flow and that 00 starting first. We got Maddie in that 60 Ford starting second. We got Kay Larson, our winner from last race, starting third. We got Creed up there in 4th. Little Man will be starting 5th. Roofer is starting 6th, and Brian is starting 7th. And Eternal will be starting 8th. All right. Ouch. Let's see. I had to leave the lobby. Alright, let me get your invite. Alright, now, let's see if we can get this thing going here. Alright, once again, they will do their pace lap. One lap, 75 mile an hour. Get everybody in their starting orders. And I am going to try and follow along with Little Man here on his broadcast.
Hey, you were asking for Matty to run that Sunny D car, and look what he's running.
Alright, he is in the Sunny D. Woohoo. Everybody loves Sunny D.
I love that paint scheme. I wish they'd run it more.
That is pretty cool. Alright. Alright, one pace lap. It looks like they're about ready to make their transition out of turn 4.
Looks like Roofer's lagging a smidge.
Alright, I'm pretty sure that'll be a lag spike at the start. I'm hoping it'll fix that there. As we get ready to go green. And giggity. Is that better? Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, Flo got a pretty good jump on that inside there. We all know how the inside line is on them restarts now. It's always the place to be. As you see, Larson already coming up on the inside of Maddie, looking at the second spot. Got Little Man sitting back there in 4th, and Roofer back there in the top 5. Alright. First lap is complete. Looks like everything went pretty smooth there. Don't see a whole lot of beating and banging. You know, we had a pretty clean race that last go around. I think there was a caution or two in the front at the start of it, but that's, you know, that's going to happen. That's normal. It looks like Flo got a little bit of loose.
Looks quick again.
He does. It looks like Flo got a little bit loose coming out of turn 2 as well.
Is Matty going to try to push a 3?
Nah.
Smart right now.
It being teammates, I don't think he would. Oh, as we see, it looks like 20 of Roofer spinning sideways at the start and finish line, catching the wall. Yes, it was, and no caution. Oh, his Little Man gets loose and catches the wall, and he spins. Like I said, those seams, as with right along with Larson, see if you can get a better look at them.
Oh yeah, they're treacherous there.
Right there at those white lines, those white dots, that black line running all the way through it. It's at the bottom and at the top. If you get your tires on those seams, it can definitely make for a long afternoon for you. Gotta give a big shout out to my man Eternal, also in the Ford camp, running 3rd right now. Let's see how long it lasts. I hate that he lagged out that last race, which is weird because it's a road course. You figured, you know, he ain't been lagging out of road courses all year. I figured he'd make it through that one, but unfortunately, Lady Luck played its hand, and it was not a pretty one apparently. as we got Little Man and Roofer side by side here, maybe these two can hook up with each other, get the draft, and try and make up some of this time. As it looks like Larson's going to make a run on the high line, try to go for the lead around Flo.
So that's the cool thing about this racetrack too. You can run bottom, middle, and top.
Yes, you can. It's multi-groove. It's definitely, it's open. Plenty of space all around. But once again, most of your mile and a halves are. I mean, especially the D ovals with Kansas and Vegas, Chicagoland.
Oh no!
And Eternal has lagged out.
Yeah, I was riding on board with him and he left. Oh man!
I hate it for him.
And I'm not gonna lie, it literally this whole season that I've been with you guys, Eternal hasn't been fighting a terrible car. He's been fighting some terrible internet.
Yes, and the thing is, he don't lag in the race. His car's not bouncing around, jumping left and right, forward and back or anything, going sideways, doing 360s through the infield. It just boots him straight out. So that puts Creed up to third, puts Brian up to fourth, and Maddie's still
I think
fifth.
my opinion, I don't know Brian that well since being new to this league, but I feel like Brian's a sponge in the Xfinity.
Brian
he
is
learns
a sleeper
what he
right
goes
now, I think.
every week.
Yeah, he don't run every week. He runs when he can. Let's go follow along with him for a little bit, because it don't look like he's doing a whole lot of fighting to his car. So who knows? From looking at Little Man's stream here, I think everybody's about 1 lap short on fuel. I think. Don't quote me on that. It actually looks like Little Man is... Where is he? Alright. He's a good ways back. 12 laps to go. And he's got 11 laps of fuel left, so this is going to be interesting to see. As it looks like Larson got around Flo, as it looks like Creed's getting around Flo as well. So something to have missed there. I'm not sure if Creed, not Creed, but Flo.
Creed looked like he got tight. Or not Creed, but Flo looks like he's tight right now. That's how Larson got around him too, because he was running the high side and looked like the car was pushing. So
let's see if he can hold off Brian in that charging 19 car.
See what I mean by him being tight and center? Like he has to like lift a lot more than he needs to. Yeah, he's lifting way or
he's loose.
Boom. No.
Saving fuel.
He could be saving, exactly. He could be saving fuel.
Like I said, everybody's about a lap short, so that could definitely possibly be it. As it looks like Larson's probably saving as well, as we see the 40 of Creed get around him. I see Eternal's message, man. Eternal, I'm sorry for you.
That's the reason. Man, I mean, at least Eternal's a good sport though. But I mean, I hope he comes back strong. I really hope he comes back strong in Heat 4. I mean, it really does suck for him.
Yeah, and like he said, this is the only game. He said this is the only game that happens. So I'm hoping it's just the servers, everything's shutting down and getting ready for Heat 4. So we'll have to see there. But yeah,
Maddie's saving too.
I'm pretty sure everybody is now. Uh, like I said, it's been all green flag runs here. We've had some pretty solid, clean racing so far. Uh, yep. I don't know. Well, Maddie's got around both of them, so. As you see Larson up there in front of Maddie and Flo and Brian, he's sucked right up on that 40 of Creed. As soon as I say that, he dives to the inside. Nope, Larson is pitting. Larson is pitting. Definitely something to have missed there. Then again, there is 5 laps to go in the stage. Maybe he's playing pit strategy. He got the points from last race, so he don't necessarily have to stay up there and get all the points this go around. He can short pit, and at the start of the stage, when everybody else pits, he'll be starting first. Because it looks like he just went a lap down, but he's still in the draft to Creed, so having them fresh stickers on, he can definitely get back up there and get back around them, seeing how he don't have to save fuel anymore now. As it looks like the 60 of Maddie is pitting as well. This is interesting. Little man is definitely saving. I'm talking a lot. He's shifting it all the way. He's going into neutral, going through the corners. As Creed is on pit road. So it looks like everybody's, other than Maddie and Flo. Not Maddie, but Little Man and Flo. And Brian, apparently. I don't think Brian's pitted either. No, he hadn't. So Flo's in first. Creed's in second. I think Brian's in third. And Roofer and Little Man are rounding out the top 5. As Brian is way out of throttle coming out of turn 4. He's like running 120, less than that. He's definitely doing some serious saving. His Roofer makes his way around him. Definitely have to keep an eye on this 00 of Flo. As Flo wins stage 1.
Way to go, Flo.
All right. So not only does he have a fast car, but from the playoff point for him getting on the pole, but he obviously can be smart about it and save fuel at the same time. So what better than to be smart and have a fast car? And Little Man got second, Brian's third, Larson's fourth, Creed's fifth, Maddie's sixth, Roofer's seventh, and Eternal lagging out puts him eighth. So yes, with Eternal lagging out of this one and Becker Bones not making either race, I'm pretty sure those two pretty much can confirm they have been eliminated, as I was saying earlier. So going for the next round, we got Marcus, Larson, Little Man, Flo, and Maddie and Brian. So next week is definitely going to be interesting.
Where are they at next week, Boom?
They are running Texas and Daytona.
Ooh.
Oh yes, so Texas, you got the 1.5 mile tunnel turn, fast, not quite as fast as Atlanta or Charlotte, but that turn 2, that's what's tricky about Texas, is that turn 2. It's a pain. And Daytona, restrictor plate, it's anybody's. Oh, as we see the 00 flow get a little bit loose, he got sideways as he collects the 19 to 60. I don't think a caution came out either. It does not look like it. Oh, I hate that. Man, it sucks for a stage 1 winner right there, I tell you what. Alright, so that definitely got reshuffled. So we got Little Man running front. We've got Larson running second. We've got Roofer running third. We've got the 40 of Creed running fourth. Maddie in the 60 Sunny D car running fifth. Flo running sixth. And where is... Looks like Brian's running eighth. He's just now getting on. He's coming down the backstretch now, so he's a good bit of ways behind everybody. I hate that for him. It looked like he was actually having a pretty decent car up there. Sometimes that's the way this game goes, though. I mean, sometimes you can have a multi-car pile up, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. Heck, a couple weeks ago at Talladega, we had 6 cars spin out, and not one single caution came out. It's just the way this game goes sometimes. I mean, ask me personally, I know for a fact I cannot count how many times I have wrecked in the first 2 stages or at the start of the 3rd stage and a caution not come out. So, it's bad luck. That's all it is. But thankfully for him, this is stage 2. There is going to be, without a doubt, at least one more caution. Let's take a look at the field game here on Little Man's broadcast, if they'll show it. It's actually curious to see if they can make everybody but 3 people pitted on the first stage, so let's see how this goes here. They're about to come up on 13 to go. Hopefully he'll show his estimated fuel laps left so I can give you a better understanding of what's going on here. As it looks like Larson might be starting to save a little bit, maybe. Then again, he closes right back up on, starting to close back right back up on Little Man, so maybe not. Maybe just had a bad angle on the corner. As it looks like Brian's starting to see cars out in front of him again, so he's starting to close whatever gap he's got put behind. You see the Roofer still running third. Big shout out to Roofer. Hope you're getting ready for Dorian. You better be hunkering down, getting them windows boarded up and them sandbags in front of the door. But that's not just for Roofer. That's for everybody down in Florida right now. Florida, Bahamas. Anybody down there ends up watching this, I don't know if you will or not. Thoughts? You know, hope y'all make it through this hurricane safe. Usually when hurricanes hit Florida, it's never a good thing. You're already under sea level as it is, so be smart. evacuate if you're told to. Believe me, I've been through hurricanes. I got stuck in Hurricane Sandy when I was up in New Jersey. It's not fun. I gotta say though, with Brian spinning out, getting caught up in that accident. Oh, is Maddie out of fuel? Or is... Nope, that was a lag. Okay. I heard his car spitting and sputtering.
That'd be bad.
Yeah. But,
I
as I
think
was
he is
saying,
saving, though. I think he is saving. I don't know if it's getting tight on fuel again or not.
with Brian getting taken out in that no caution accident at the start of the stage, as far back as he is, you think we'll maybe see him try to save again, or do you think he's going to come in and pit this go round?
If I were him, I'd go for broke. I mean, points are points. I'd literally just keep going. I'd stay out. Chance and see what I can do here for you.
There's 8 laps to go. Coming up to 7 laps to go. It's weird trying to watch 2 different point of views at the same time. I gotta say, don't count that 20-year roofer out though. He's making that Christopher Bell Toyota look pretty good right now. Alright. We've seen Creed pit that first go round. That's usually not like Creed. Creed usually saves fuel and does everything he can to... Do you think he's saving that strategy for the last stage, or do you think that he just really couldn't save?
My opinion, I think he said it like he's saving this time around to see how much he can to save himself for the third stage.
They're
Give
coming
himself
up
an
on
idea of what he needs to save.
4 to go.
Yeah, to win this.
They're coming up on 4 to go now. And I gotta tell you, little man ain't been doing a whole lot of saving. He's up here charging. He's, doing everything he can to keep leading this race. So maybe they're not too short in this go round. Because he hasn't been showing his fuel, or his fuel apps left on his broadcast screen this go round. So, and it don't look like he's backing out of the corners as much either. He's definitely not switching it to neutral. So I really don't think they have to save this go round. And they come up on 2 laps to go. Alright, so it looks like, unless he royally messes up, 2 laps to go on the stage with a little over a full second lead over Larson. I think we can call this second stage a wrap and finally get that man some playoff points tonight. As you see him coming out of turn 4, take the white flag in stage 2. And I gotta say, I gotta give a shout out to Brian for not going a lap down after him, Flo, and Maddie got all tangled up in that accident at the start of the stage. He stayed resilient. He kept his car in line. He didn't make no serious mistakes. He just kept it trucking. As our stage 2 results are Little Man, Larson, Creed, Maddie, Flo, Brian, Roofer. Okay then, Roofer was a lap down apparently. I did not know that. I thought Roofer was running third the whole time. I remember my first day. Feeling like a rookie up here again. Again, Little Man gets that playoff point, so that means Little Man and Larson are now tied. At
And
13.
this last stage is going to be very nutty.
Yes, it is. We've already seen Flo get 2 playoff points tonight, so that puts him up to 7 playoff points. So congratulations there. The night is still young. Alright, last stage. They better pull their belts down tight. Oh, looks like they're get through turn 1. Looks like Brian's, swerving just a little bit. I'm assuming Roofer got his lap back. He was the only one to lap down, so that should give him the lucky dog. It's him and Brian back here battling it out. Oh, it looks like Larson might have slid up the track a little bit, got on the nose of the 60. He was able to save it, though.
He got doored by Flo on the inside.
Oh.
Yeah, Flo got tight, ran up into Larson. Larson came back down, and then he came back up right in front of Maddie.
Oh, it's him and the 20 make contact. Poor Brian can't catch a break right now. Oh, it's him and the 60 and Maddie make contact going into 3. He's still up there though. He's still got their draft. Oh, looks like Flo cut off the 28. Oh, as Flo gets loose and slides up and slaps the wall coming out of turn 2. I guarantee you his tires caught that seam I was telling you about. But then again, it showed in qualifying he had a fast car. Maybe it's just a little bit too far on the boundary of fast but not stable. A lot of guys like their car like that. Some people don't. I mean, as the looser your car gets, the faster it gets. But the faster it gets, the more uncontrollable it is. Sometimes you see the 20 Roofer smack the wall coming out of turn 2 as well. So he still closes the gap on the 28 Larson. He's going to try to take that inside line. Ooh, might have been a little bit of delay in the game there. Servers. I gotta tell you, man, Creed up here in that 40 Toyota, man, he is staying right in Little Man's shadow. He is not letting him get away.
Yeah, I feel like Creed has a strong car right now.
I think he does too. Like I said, I was honestly surprised to see him pit in that first stage, but then again, he's not going for playoff points, so he might have just pitted just to stay out of everybody's way. But going for a win, I mean, a win's a win. Don't matter if you're going for points or not, you're going to do everything you can to get that W.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, as we got, I believe, 45 laps left now. And I think there's about trying to remember how many laps you get on a fuel run. It's hard to say. Looks like you see Little Man switching lanes a little bit, trying that bottom side a little bit more. Maybe he's trying to save a little bit of fuel instead of using that top line. Longer way around the track, you waste more fuel. Alright. Trying to follow along that broadcast. Trying to figure out what's going to happen here. A little bit hard to do and pay attention to our broadcast at the same time, so I'm going to put my phone down. Apologize for the silentness there for a second. Once again, we've got Little Man running up front. We've got Creed in the 40 Toyota running in second. We've got Kay Larson in that 28 Ford running third. We got Roofer in that Ream Toyota number 20 behind him running in fourth. And we got Matty back here in that Sunny D Ford running in fifth. My apologies, fifth. Blech. Got ahead of myself there. Looks like we got Flo running sixth. And Brian in that 19 Toyota running in seventh right now. Brian just can't get away from the bad luck. He got taken out at the start of stage 2. He's able to hold on, not go a lap down. There was some slight contact at the start of this stage, kind of pushed him a little bit to the back air. So being that far back, I definitely think he's going to have to come up with some kind of pit strategy to make that time up. Maybe a 2-tire stop, something another, I don't know. O's will see the 60 car Matty lag just a little bit. I thought he was about to wreck. Let's see that lead from Little Man get a little bit bigger and bigger. He's up to say about a second and a half now. Maybe still right at a second or so. Let's see here. They're coming up to 40 laps to go, so that's at least 2 more stops. Because he's got 7 laps of fuel left. That's 33. Yeah, so he's got to make this stop, and he's definitely going to have to make one more. So we're definitely looking at 2 stops, unless him or Creed can save 7 laps of fuel. 7 laps of fuel at a D-shaped oval is very, very hard to do. Especially at a track like this, you're wide open the whole time. So to save that much fuel, chances are you're going to end up going a lap down. And at that point, it almost becomes irrelevant trying to save that much fuel going a lap down. Because especially if something happens with somebody getting on and off pit road, caution comes out, it totally throws a wrench into your whole plan. We've seen that last night at Dover. People trying to save fuel. As a matter of fact, it was Creed trying to save fuel again. Caution came out and he ended up trapping like 6 people a lap down. So you got to figure out whether you want to take those chances or not. We know he's definitely one for it. As we see the 19 get around the 20, not the 00. Excuse me, not the 20. The 00 Flow. He caught the wall coming out of turn 4. Looks like he's probably getting a little bit tight now. As we're getting deeper and deeper into that run, there's only about, I'd say, 4.5, 5 laps of fuel left. So it's definitely at the end of them tires. Oh, see, oh, Matty was pitting, and Flo apparently did not know it.
Well, that didn't even bring out no caution
No,
either.
that's not going to bring out the caution. Matty's on pit road, Roofer's on pit road, as Flo is sitting at the start-finish line. Just now got his car up and going again. Oh, the heartbreak after showing such speed, getting the pole, holding on, saving fuel, winning stage 1. It looked like he was going to have a car to be up there at the front for most of this race, and it looked like it's just went completely opposite from that since stage 1. Alright, so he's definitely struggling to keep that car. He's definitely tight, and as you can see, as much as he's getting out of the throttle, going through the corners now, he's fighting to keep it on that bottom. Pretty sure, probably not this lap, but the following lap, we'll probably see him come in and pit. As they're coming up, they got 35 to go now. So, with about 21 laps to a fuel run. Oh, as you see, the 60 and Matty lag. But with about 21 or so laps to a fuel run, do you think we might see somebody take 2 tire stop here at the end?
Oh, most definitely. I see it. No, that's the best way to gamble yourself and try to get yourself a win here. I mean, in my opinion, if I am Flo right now, that's my only option.
As he stays out while Little Man pits, so Flo is now the leader. It looks,
in my opinion, if he wants to go for this, that's literally his only option.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. As the 3 Little Man gets off pit road, along with the 40 of Creed getting off pit road as well. Flo's
actually hitting pit right now.
Yes, he is. Let's see, Larson takes second from Creed as he makes his exit off, but Little Man, the lead that he has got right now, wow. He's got about a quarter of a track gap. I mean, he's a complete turn. Let's see here. He's crossing the start-finish line now. And Larson's crossing now, so he's definitely got... Okay, I take it back. He's got a 3-second lead over Larson. I don't know why I said quarter of a track. It looked a little bit more than that. As green flag pit stops have cycled through. As you know, that lets Little Man take the lead. We got Larson sitting second. We got Creed sitting in third, about 2 seconds behind Larson. We got Matty in fourth, about 2 seconds back from Creed. Oh, Little Man caught the apron. That definitely
opened it up for Larson.
Yes, it did, because he's back to within a second of him. As Brian rounds out the top 5. All right, maybe Brian's luck's starting to turn around. Looks like he had some bad luck at stage 2 and in the start of this stage, but after pit stops, he's got himself back up in the top 5. See what he can do.
That Little Man hit the outside wall. He scrubbed it coming in out of 2. I think he's trying to drive harder to get away from Larson, which is screwing him up.
He probably also could have caught that seam too, being a little bit loose. Remember, they're on fresh tires, sticker tires on these seam tracks. They tend to wait a couple laps before they come in, before you finally get them to start actually gripping the way you want to. It can be a little bit loose sometimes. That might have what happened, but then again,
Larson's reeling him
Yes,
down.
he is.
You see, I'm seeing how he's
I'm
arcing it up and letting
thinking,
it float a little bit better out of the corner than Little Man is.
I'm thinking Roofer lagged out. He's been sitting on pit road for the last 3 or 4 laps. And I hate that for him.
So right now, Larson's eating him up in 1 and 2.
Alright, let's see if we can tell the difference here. Let's see. We're coming up on 28 laps to go. I think he's got 16 laps of fuel left. So that's about a 12 lap run. Honestly, that's too much to save. Right now, I'd say hard charge, go for it. And because we ran the developmental race here a couple weeks ago in the trucks, I myself tried saving fuel and saving my tires, thinking that backing out the corner, running the high line, not making that sharp left-hand curve, running that up near the wall, you wouldn't use your tires as much, that I'd be able to maybe take 2 tires stop, but it did not work. So honestly, there's no reason now with that big of a gap in fuel. You're probably going to have 11 to 12 laps by the time this fuel runs out. So there's no point in really saving a whole lot more than that. So just run it down, get 4 fresh tires, get enough fuel to get you to the end, and drive it as hard as you can. That would definitely be the strategy that I would be playing right now. But then again, we know how some of these people are. It looks like I thought somebody was about to go a lap down. It's probably Flo from that mishap that he had at pit road. Yeah, it looks like Little Man and Larson's definitely catching him. Yeah, Roofer definitely lagged out. I hate that for him.
See, now, this sounds crazy, right? I see Larson taking 2 tires to get closer, get ahead of Little Man.
Yeah, he's definitely one to do it. I've seen him do stuff like that before. He's definitely one to gamble and take chances. But also, with that being said, Little Man and Larson are in the same chat party right now. So it's not like Team Ford can exactly come up with a certain strategy to counter off whatever Little Man tries to do, because he's going to hear it, because he was the only Chevy that ran tonight. So we just decided to stick him back into Ford camp. He said he had fun last week running into Ford camp with them, so I figured why not do it again. As he catches the wall a little bit.
I literally look and see how much Little Man. I feel like it sounds really crazy. Larson's, I think, saving because dude, he's backed off a lot from Little Man.
Yes, he has. They're coming up, but then again, they're also coming up on 21 to go. So that's almost a fuel run. But do you pit like with the amount of laps left that is in a fuel run and stretch it all the way to 0, or do you go ahead and push what you have out and run it less laps on fresh tires? Because Little Man's got 7 laps of fuel left. As he comes to the start-finish line this go around, there'll be 20 laps to go with 6 laps of fuel left. So that's 14 laps. Or do you, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see. As Brian is on pit road now, so is Creed, so is Maddie. So they will definitely have the fresher tires over them. So let's see how much that's going to play into effect here. As Larson is also pitting. All right, so everybody but Flo and Maddie, or Flo and Little Man, decided to hit pit road. Now let's see how bad this is going to come back, and let's see who this is going to come back and bite, and if so, how bad. Because we all know how important tires are. I think Little Man has definitely got a pit right here, though, as we see Flo hitting pit road, and Little Man's staying out. So right now, with him being on them old tires, they're doing nothing but gaining track position on him. Even though right now, yeah, he's lapping everybody and he's putting, but they're getting around the track faster than he is right now, so they're making those spots back up. So let's see how much longer he stays out, because they're kind of forcing his hand. I don't think he needs to wait too long, as he starts making his way down pit road now.
It's been confirmation. Roofer had a power surge.
Oh, I hate that for him. I have been in that position. It stinks. It is no fun. Except for mine was the first race of the season at Daytona. Was 7 laps into it. That stunk big time. Definitely want to see. I'll tell you one thing, that gap between Creed and Larson is humongous.
Dude, that wasn't a full pit stop. The Little Man. I think he took right sides and a full tank gas.
He better hope so, because I don't know. We'll have to see here. No, he took. It was a full stop. It was a 15.7 second stop.
Oh, alright, cool.
But that is one big gap, though. Who knows? Maybe Little Man's just got a little bit better of a car. I mean, we'll have to see. He is currently 3 seconds ahead of Larson, and there is. Let's see. How many laps left? They are coming up to 15 laps to go. So you've got to make a pretty good bit per lap to get back up to him. And by yourself, that's going to be hard to do at this track. He's gained about 3/10 on him already in the first 2 laps, so I mean that's a good sign. I just don't know if he's got enough time to close that big of a gap.
Who's our leader as we speak right now? Is it still Little Man?
Yes, it is. Little Man's first, Larson second, Creed is third, Brian is fourth, and Maddie rounds out the top 5. And that would put Flo in 6th.
Huh.
Definitely gotta give big shout outs to Brian and Creed. Creed especially, and Brian. Brian had all the contact in stage 2. At the start of stage 3, it looked like his night was almost all but over with, but he's managed to crawl his way back up into a top 5, running 4th right now in that 19 Toyota. We got Creed up here also running 3rd as well too, so another solid performance by him. We got that bright orange and blue Sunny D60 and Maddie rounding out the top 5 right now. Another strong, solid performance by Maddie. As it looks like Little Man's starting to stretch that lead back out over Larson. It's back up to where it first started whenever he came out of the pits. It's up to 3.3 again, so I think Little Man's just got his car dialed in a little bit better. Don't look like he's fighting with it too bad, which is good, but he's also showing pretty good speed. His lap times ain't really falling off too much. So yeah, I mean, he was just waiting for long green flag runs, and he was able to work to his advantage. Trying to watch Larson, the line that he runs, and watching Little Man's broadcast, see if there's what the difference between them is. Figure out where he's gaining on him. As we're coming up on 9 laps to go. So Little Man goes around and laps the 00 of Go With The Flow. As we all know, tough break for him. Green flag pit stops. Trying to get on pit road, or Maddie was trying to get on pit road. Apparently there wasn't a whole lot of communication in that Ford camp because teammates all got together. No caution came out, so a tough break for him. He was definitely up front a lot of the race. Definitely showed he had the speed to stay up there with him. So I hate that for him. I mean, on a positive note, he came away with 2 playoff points tonight. That's always a bonus, especially going in the next week. If I'm not mistaken, that almost can lock him in to a top 4. But then again, Texas and Daytona, I mean, both races, it could go either way. There is no telling what's going to happen next week. I'm ready for next week. I want to see Texas. I want to see who's going to be able to control their car a little bit better, especially through turn 2, coming through that tri-oval. It's definitely going to be tricky, as both sections on that track. I mean, you just barely get up a little bit higher than what you think you are, and you're going to pop them walls every time. Also, I want to see Daytona. Maybe that might end up being a fuel strategy as well. Of course, you know, avoid the big calamities. It's definitely going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to broadcasting it next week. Get an update here. I also got to give a big shout out to our, I guess you would call him our founding father, our CEO, fearless leader, K-Taddy. He got a win in NASCAR tonight. Congratulations. Proud of you. Making us look good out here. As it looks like pull it back up again. Looks like they're coming up on 3 to go. And he's just had the dominant car in his 3rd stage. I mean, looks like he made the right pit adjustments, got his stuff where he needed to be, and he has just literally walked off, excuse me, and left everybody. He's up to a 6-second lead over Larson. I mean, and as fast as Larson was tonight, To be able to gap him like that, that shows you got a strong car. Oh, maybe them tires are starting to wear down as he kind of rubs the wall a little bit coming out of turn 4. We've got 2 to go. Yep, 2 to go. It don't look like Larson closed the gap in that much when he caught that wall, so looks like he's going to make his way across and take the Nico 1 to go here at Kansas as well. So it looks like we've had a pretty much even show of domination tonight. We definitely had the Ford of Larson and the Toyota of Marcus up front battling it at the Roval, showing their domination. We had Flo up front early here tonight showing his domination. And then little man finally said it's his turn. And he got up here and just totally stomped everybody in this third stage as he comes across the start-finish line to win at Kansas. And with that, that pushes him back into second place in the points.
Would that be a 1-point gap, or would that be more?
That would be more because, let's see here, looking at the points before the race ended, Little Man had a 5-point lead over Larson. It was 12-7. Larson got every point that you could possibly get at the Roval. He got the pole, both stages, and the win. That's 6 points. That put him up to 13. With Little Man winning, getting to 3 points, that puts Little Man up to 15. So he's got a 2-point lead over Larson for third. Flo getting the stage points and the pole point for Kansas. That puts him up to 7 points. That puts Maddie 6 points behind Flo, which means Maddie has got to win a race next week in order to advance. He's got to win a race. He's got to either win both races or he's got to sweep an entire race like as we've seen Larson. It's definitely going to be interesting.
I'm gonna get Larson in here for you.
It's on private, so I'll have to do it. So let's see here. Get that bad man in here in that 28 car. Larson.
What's up, guys?
First of all, is your voice set to always allow?
Let me check.
Yeah, let's check it right quick.
Yep.
Alright, man. Congratulations. You put on a heck of a show at the Roval tonight. You got the pole. You swept both stages. You took home the checker flag. You got every point that there could get tonight, man. How did you do it?
I just spent all week practicing on the track. Finally found something that got me a little bit below 114 for a lap time.
There in that third stage at the Roval, it definitely looked like Marcus had something for you. And he just maybe got a little bit too greedy, caught the chicanes a few times, and you was able to get back around him. after he messed up that second time and got about 3-4 seconds behind with about 2 laps to go, did you think he could still catch up with you, or was you fairly confident that you was able to hold on to it?
I was fairly confident I was holding on to it. I mean, during the chicanes, I was going real slow, making sure I weren't making no mistakes out there.
This, here at Kansas, looks like Flo had the fast car in the Ford gang. He got the pole, took stage one with the fuel mileage strategy. It looked like you might have had something for little man there at the end off that last pit stop, but it looked like he was just able to pull away and gap you. I mean, tires,
Yeah, my
car
tires
not
fell
handling
off
right.
pretty quick. Yeah, the tires fell off pretty quick on me.
How loose was those cars tonight running Kansas? We know how them seams are. We know how they can break the rear end loose coming on corner exit. I mean, was that a big factor in the night, or?
Yeah, I kept getting loose in the middle of the corner. Kept kicking out. The rear end kept kicking out from behind me.
All right. Well, with the points that you got tonight, you actually pulled in front of Little Man and second in points after the Roval. But that win that Little Man got, it actually put him back 2 points ahead. So you're still sitting in third by 2 points. Next week we've got Texas and Daytona. What do you think going into there? You think maybe you can get some more playoff wins or get some more playoff points, or are
Yeah,
you
I'm
just
pretty confident in
or are
those
you
two
just
tracks,
worried about
but
making Homestead? Because after next week, that's all she wrote. I mean, you're up there. You're pretty much locked into the top three.
yeah, I'm been looking forward to Homestead the most. I've been practicing there a lot. I'm gonna go into Texas and Daytona with a little bit slower approach, not push issues, and just stay out of trouble all night, right around.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Made Ford Camp look good again. Got us our 5th win in the last 6 races. So I gotta say thank you. Being Ford captain and everything, you definitely made me proud up here watching you go out there and dominate the way you did. And I can't wait to see what you got next week at Texas and Daytona, man.
Thank you.
All right. So, with that being said, how about we say we get the winner of our second race, Little Man, in that number 3 Chevrolet up in there in his party. All right, let's get him in here. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
What's up, buddy?
Is your voice on always allow first?
It should be. Let me make sure. Yeah.
All right, man. Rough start at the Roval.
Oh, who you telling?
Yeah, I was watching the broadcast. I was following along. It looked like at turn 4, where the grass is right there at the Roval, just kept getting you almost every single time, plus a few bad luck to the chicanes. So,
Yeah.
the way that race started, did you feel like he's going to be sitting here in victory lane tonight, or did you think, is this how my night's going to go?
Yeah, I figured I'd have a good shot for a top 2 on these ovals, not the road courses.
That third stage at Kansas, man, did you finally get your car clicking? Did you get the setup in that you needed, that you was looking for? Because you was just able to pull away on the green flag runs, man. It didn't look like there was anybody out there that had anything for you after that.
Yeah, well, my fact, Larson told me, he said, little man ain't got nothing for you. I was like, just sit back and ride. And we rode, but I messed up one time. I hit the apron,
I
and he
seen
caught
that.
back up to me.
I seen that right before, just right before your green flag pit stops. It looked like, or was it after? I can't remember. But
I think it was right after, I believe.
now with that win, with Larson tallied up a ton of points tonight, and he got 6 playoff points from everything at the Roval.
Yeah.
You was able to get those 3 points from Kansas, so that still helped you maintain your second place position over him by 2 points. 2 points.
Yeah. Well.
Which pretty much guarantees Marcus, you, and him to the last round. But you've still got Texas and Daytona next week. What are you looking to see out of that race? How do you think those two are going to go?
Win.
Thursday.
I'm win. Yeah, I'm a win.
Oh, I thought you was asking when.
Yeah.
Oops.
I'm a win. Alright, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna die trying.
You gonna get that number 3 in victory lane at Daytona?
I don't know about Daytona, but Texas maybe. Daytona's really just luck of the draw. If you don't get messed up and somebody else's mess up, you'll be alright. But Texas, yeah, it'll be on. I'll see Marcus Larson. I'll be coming.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on your win tonight. Another solid outing. And I look forward to seeing y'all battle on next week.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready. It's winding down, and I'm ready. I hope I win both these Xfinity championships, but
Hey, now don't
we'll
count
see.
me out. I'm dead on your heels in the customs now. I'm
yeah,
sitting there in
we ain't got
second.
but 2 weeks. We ain't got but 2 weeks. We got
Well-
Daga and Homestead.
Well, like you said, restrictor plate, it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
All right, man.
I'll push you to the win.
All right.
I just gotta be up front.
All righty, man. Well, congratulations tonight. Go celebrate, enjoy it, and we will definitely catch you next week, man.
All right.
All
Y'all
right,
take
man.
care.
You too.
Good luck Sunday.
Thank you very much.
All right, brother.
Well, I think that pretty much puts a wrap on our broadcast this evening. Let's see here. Tomorrow night, we've got our developmental stuff going on. Well, no, tomorrow night's just practice lobbies. My bad. Saturday night, we've got developmental and our dirt series. If anybody out there is wanting to join, if you know anybody that's good, clean racing, trying to get their start in the league somewhere, contact K-Taddy, me, NoCo, RKM, Smitty. I mean, just, anybody that you know is in the league, just tell them, listen, hey, we want to run, or we know somebody that wants to run, just let us know. We're winding down into this season. We've only got 2 more weeks left in this season, and we'll be done. And we'll have a 2-week, break before we start our 3rd season on Heat 4, which, gotta say, we're all getting a little bit antsy. We're all getting excited waiting for it, but we gotta finish this season out strong first. So join back with us Sunday as the Cup Series goes in round 2 of their playoff run. We've got Bristol and Martinsville coming up. Tuesday, as you heard me and Little Man talking, we've got our custom Xfinity going into Talladega. And then Wednesday, we've got our 2019 season custom cup at Auto Club Speedway. That'll be the last round before making it into Miami. And then again, as you heard us talking next week for regular Slider Xfinity, we've also got Texas and Daytona. So we've got a lot of racing ahead. We got some very, very, very close points battles. We've got momentum swinging every different direction that it can right now for every different driver. So tune in. Everybody that watched this and commented on it, I appreciate y'all for joining. If you hadn't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit it now. Spread the word to your friends, family, have them, even if they don't like us, have them watch. They might, who knows, maybe they might buy a PlayStation and join along with us. But y'all take care. We're going to go ahead and shut this broadcast off. I hope y'all enjoy y'all's weekend. Hope y'all have a happy Labor Day. And everybody, like I said before, everybody that's down in Florida, bracing for impact from this hurricane, stay safe, be smart. You know, if you've got to leave. Just be careful, and we'll be thinking about y'all. This is Boomhire 01 and Shadow Grim signing off for Giggity Racing League. Y'all have a nice night.